Cleveland quarterbacks go there to die. Like, maybe they'll pick it up here, and I hope they do. But it's a tough place to win, and that's why no one's, Baker won a playoff game. It was unbelievable, but it just never happened for 30 years or 25 years since Bernie Kosar. Like, it's hard, right? So it's like your situations, have a lot to do with dictate a lot. Like, Tim Couch was a great player. He was the first pick overall. He made 60 million bucks and signed a big deal with Cleveland, but he was out of the league in 3 years. And it's because Cleveland, he got banged up. He hurt his shoulder. It's like David Carr, in Houston. He took 70 sacks in the rookie year, dude. It's hard to come back from that. Like, if you don't have the guys around you in a run game and balance and all this, or you're not elite, then it's going to be difficult for anybody. So it's like timing is a lot to do with a lot of it. Um, you know, my brother was a great player. He backed up Favre in Minnesota, and he went to a couple other teams, and he could have played, but he was a fifth round pick. It's hard. It's just hard to keep in the league, especially after the third year, because they can go get someone on a rookie contract for a lot less, and you're going to sign a big deal. So those guys that have made it being backups for 15 years, that they're doing something right. God's smiling on them, because that doesn't happen very often. And anyways, it's just kind of the nature of pro sports. You just hard to hang on.
I'm curious about your perspective on why you think it's so hard to win in Cleveland. And part of the reason why I ask is because I had Deshaun Kaiser on the podcast,
Yeah,
obviously
I know
drafted
Deshaun.
by the Browns. And he candidly told me, he was like, listen, if I get drafted by any other team, I may have had a completely different NFL career. Just talking
Hmm.
to some of the ineptitude and just the way that the Browns were run, especially during his time there. I, it's just always why do you think it's so hard to win there? Like what is it deep down that keeps that organization from winning?
Well, I still do Cleveland radio. I'm doing that some this week, Browns radio. So it's hard to just completely, say negative things about it. But I think, free agents don't want to sign there. That's not where they want their families. You're later on in your career when you're a free agent. You're 26, you're 30, you're 34. It's that second contract, third contract. Like, so your family, they don't want to go move to Cleveland. Um, I don't want to bring the kids, and the wife doesn't want to go to Cleveland. If there's another opportunity to go to San Diego or to LA or play for the Rams or the Chargers or any other place, like, I'm in compared to Cleveland, right? It's just a tough place to want to move to as a free agent. So it's like they've got to draft well. They've got to figure out how they're going to keep those guys that have been in the organization there. It ain't going to be a lot of free agents coming in. You know what I'm saying? So, and they haven't had an elite quarterback in a long time to make free agents want to go play with them. It's like Burrow came into Cincinnati and they had enough offense, not enough. They had a lot of offense his rookie year, and now everybody wants, oh, shoot, it'd be fun to go play with Burrow. And then now you hear swirling of receivers wanting to go play with Burrow, or if Gronkowski comes back, he wants to go play with Burrow. Like, that's good hype, right? There's never been that situation happen in Cleveland where it's like, I want to go play with that guy because he's going to take that team to the Super Bowl. And that's how free agents think. They're like, how can I win a Super Bowl, right? How can I get paid, and how can I win a Super Bowl? And it's like, if Cleveland ain't paying top dollar, they did Deshaun. They're trying to find that piece, right, with Deshaun Watson. But if they don't have that piece, it's hard to get the other pieces. And I think that's where they've struggled, is having all those quarterbacks, 20 something guys over the last 30 years, or 28, whatever quarterbacks it is, and they can't find the one like a John Elway to take them to the promised land, or that elite guy early in his career, so you can build on him. They didn't even believe in Baker. Baker's one of the top 10 guy right now. Like, it's because the veterans on that team are not elite veterans. They have some young talent. They got good players. They might have some great offensive line. They might have a run game. But, dude, as a whole, they just don't get those big time veterans to stay around there.
I kind of view, I mean, obviously very different, but in a similar way to like Sacramento. I mean, like the Kings have struggled to attract free agents for years, but it's like, why would you go to Sacramento where you're going to California? You have to pay a lot of taxes.
Doesn't
Also,
make
by the
sense.
way, there's nothing to do in Sacramento. Like if you're going to LA and paying all those taxes, at least you're in LA. You know,
Yeah.
at least you have,
You'll
the
make it up
beach.
doing some marketing stuff too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah. It's
so,
hard. It's just hard
yeah.
on those franchises, and you might see them pop up. Like, how awesome is it that we got the Pacers and the Thunder? Everybody was down on it. I'm like, dude, this is epic for basketball because we get two small market teams playing at a super high level with a bunch of
Right.
young stars, like young studs. Like, it's just so much fun. But yeah, it's so hard for them to actually get there. That's why it's so rewarding for that franchise to build within, build up. The NBA is a little different though because you got to have 10 good players, 8 good players. In
Right.
NFL, you better have 44. I mean, the dynamic is completely different. Even in baseball, you got to have more players. Like, very seldom do you see small market teams have great runs. I mean, Tampa did it, the Devil Rays did it, the Royals have gotten close a few times. I mean, it's fun to watch those teams, but it's always going to be the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox most of the time.